Here are the top posts from No Stupid Questions on the 6th of November 2019.
So very Kerry. All my life, for 60 years, I have seen the construction of schools, hospitals, homes, stores, apartments, golf courses and sports complexes. Pretty much everything. But never, ever, have I seen a new cemetery go in anywhere. Why? Born a nut. There's a new cemetery off of the highway near me. Only a few graves so far, but plenty of wooded land was cleared for future grave sites. What's funny is that I heard that the reason the cemetery was created was because there was talk of widening the highway there. The landowner didn't want that to happen, and he learned that one way he could stop it is if there was a cemetery in the way.
Katie did 767. Rates of people choosing cremation have skyrocketed over the last 60 years. In 2016, 50.2% of funerals chose cremation in the U.S. Existing cemeteries can easily build facilities to house remains of cremated people without having to buy new land. And there's always people who opt to keep or scatter the ashes. Another reason might be that existing cemeteries haven't run out of room yet, so they don't need to build more in your area. Jacques. In France, the dead are buried for 99 years, then the grave is given to another deceased. So a rotation is made. It is possible to have a crypt where all the family members are buried, but it requires a rental for maintenance. Skeksob. Is it wrong of me to be mad at my cat's previous owner for getting a new cat not long after giving him her old one to me?
W. Eugene Smith. Your anger is completely justified. Know that, own it, and then let it go. You will not change her twisted thinking or her justification for getting a new cat by confronting her. The world is full of insensitive, clueless idiots. This acquaintance, and you are so right not to call her a friend, just happened to cross your path. And that's a good thing for your cat.
Lettuce. No, you're allowed to be angry. Stupid people are going to be stupid.
The knowledgeable one. Have you asked how the situation has changed or why she did it? I, for one, refuse to make any judgments without proper information. Say, if she asked you to give back her cat, would you? And would it be easy for you? Maybe she wanted a cat, but realized it would be inappropriate to ask for it back. Maybe the situation in her rental has changed. All these are relevant things, and I think it's best if you just ask. Nothing will be sadder than realizing you were angry at a person you shouldn't have been angry at, for reasons that didn't exist.
Rontotu. I have a question about eating burgers in North America.
The apiary. It's not about the shape. It's about whether the meat has been ground up and formed into a patty or not. Spider 2099. Because a burger by definition is a round patty of ground meat, usually beef. The chicken sandwich is usually just a piece of chicken and thus called a sandwich.
K12L30. Burgers are ground beef shaped into patties. They have chicken burgers and salmon burgers, which are mushed up chicken or salmon shaped into patties. Over-explains everything. GF's psycho stalker texted me my parents' address. Go to cops, correct? Larry KWPG. 100% pure psycho. Don't call the cops. Run to the local police office.
Green Meckler. I think the first thing would be to tell me your parents and ask for their input. If they're in danger, they deserve to know. Then decide between the four of you what you want to do as a next step. If you're going to go to the police, having their assent will make it that much smoother for everybody.
Anonymous 72369. Go cops definitely. Keep all screenshot of conversation and threats to show the police. Horizon 11. We get physically tired when lactic acid builds up in our muscles. What happens when we mentally get tired? What is the chemical footprint of mental exhaustion? Marcia 100. The characteristics of mental exhaustion are things like brain fog, disorganized thought, and virtually anything else that we'd associate with sleep deprivation. When neurotransmitters react in your synapses, they produce waste chemicals that are mildly toxic. And the more active your brain has to be, the more reactions take place and the more waste is left in your synapses. When you sleep, and there is practically very little going on in your synapses, they can be flooded with cerebrospinal fluid which cleans out all of these waste products. Helpful banana. Just FYI, you don't get tired from lactic acid buildup. Hi Ayuki. Fatigue and muscle fatigue is far more complicated than just lactic acid buildup. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.